Business startups can happen across different industries, whether it's tech, manufacturing, retail, or food. In this week's edition of Taiwan Talk, we speak to Chung. Chung took his links with the famous Kimlan soy sauce to start Taiwan's homegrown All Good Genes Kombucha. He opens up about his entrepreneurial journey, and Chung begins by telling us what attracted him to begin making fermented tea.
Why did you do kombucha?
Because when I was in the States, I loved drinking kombucha because after a heavy meal, heavy drinking, heavy partying, I think kombucha really does well for the body. It helps the digestive system. It helps with the heartburn. And then it just makes me feel great. And then I did some research. I was like, because I thought kombucha was just like Coke.
It's a fizzy thing.
Yeah, it's a fizzy thing. But then I did some research. And I was like, oh, wow, it's a fermented tea. And then who knows better than fermentation than I do, right? Because we've been fermenting since 1936, right? Since before I was born. So that was it. And then I was like, okay, then we did some research, and then I ordered the scobies, which is the mother or the starting yeast. And then so we ordered a lot of different ones, and then used our QC facility, our RD, to see what matches. Because Taiwan is famous for what? Tea. Very famous for all these artesian teas, all these different teas. So, but then you had to match the right tea with the right mother or the right SCOBY strand to fit in with the climate of Taiwan. Because kombucha is a wild fermentation almost, right? It's open fermentation. So it takes whatever from the air and then it becomes your kombucha. And then so there it was.
So you're telling me that you used 100 years of experience making in fermentation to make that.
Oh, yeah.
Which is very different from the other kombucha market.
Oh, no. So it's very different because when I was doing the family business, okay, we went through the whole, the food scare, right? The poison oil and all this other stuff. So I take food safety very, very, very serious because, you could get put away. So, I kind of like to be out and about. So we take a more scientific approach into making kombucha. I want to bring out a product that's good, okay? That's fashionable because I like fashion, and then it's kind of like a lifestyle thing. Everybody takes supplements,
right.
Okay. Right, like for allergies, right, for your eyes, for your nose, for probiotics, okay, for your digestive system, okay, for your bones, okay, some glucosamine or this and that, but nobody is really looking out for changing their lifestyle. Like you're not exercising, okay, you're not even walking, and then you're still eating the mala火锅, okay, the fried chicken, okay, the烤肉, the barbecues, all these things. How do you expect to be healthy? Okay, and then because I'm getting older, so I gotta watch out for that kind of things. So I said, okay, boba naita is very nice. Bubble tea, everybody loves the bubble tea, but it's so super sweet and it's super glutinous. And then the studies that comes out now that says sugar is actually it's an inflammatory agent for your body.
You said something a little bit earlier that I would like to follow up on.
Sure.
You said you took your family's fermentation history to create the kombucha. Can you just talk to me about that? It's a very interesting concept. How did you do that?
Okay, so it's very similar, right? So we ferment soy sauce, and then fermentation soy sauce, you take the starter, it's the germ, okay, the starter yeast, okay, and then you gotta keep it alive, keep it strong, so you could have consistent soy sauce batches. Okay, it's the same thing with kombucha. Is we had to find out, okay, one is which strand or which type of SCOBY, okay, because there's a lot out in the market you could buy, okay, or you can make it yourself, and then that could make the kombucha consistent. Because like just like the soy sauce, if you taste our kombucha now, okay, or a month or 6 months, it needs to be consistent. It needs to have the same flavor because our taste is very, very tricky. They're very selective, so they'll know if there's a change. Yeah, so that was the hardest part, to keep it consistent because it's live. It's live. Like soy sauce is live when you're fermenting. I mean, it's the bacteria that's keeping the fermentation going.
They're good bacteria.
Yes, that keeps it going. So same thing with the kombucha. So sometimes it's not just about the humidity or the temperature or the pH, right? Or the acidity or the sugar. Okay, there's a lot of it is how does it feel?
Right.
Okay, so if it feels good, then your batch is going to be great. Okay, if it doesn't, then maybe it will take a longer time. So it's not like, and then sometimes even the numbers are right, but it just tastes different.
What were the biggest challenges? I mean, you basically, from what I heard, you took over part of your family's soy sauce factory to make your beverage. Did you encounter any pushback making your kombucha?
Oh yeah, of course. It all started in like a room, this room that I had in my house. Okay, so all of a sudden, the room just became like a kombucha brewing place, right? Because I had to do all these experiments, right, and all these testing, all this stuff. Okay, but then if you wanted to do scale, I needed another place. So I thought, okay, then I'm gonna go and use what we have, right, in the family factory. And then so I started there, and then I think I was there maybe for like 2-3 months, and then they're like, hey, you can't do this anymore. So I said, okay, fine. Then I moved, and then so I just took off and then went to Nangang, okay, this small little place. So I was really down, I guess, after the Chinese New Year's. Okay, because I'm not seeing much income. I see a lot of out. Okay, but then the thing is I think it was in March or April, we got an email says, "Hey, congratulations, you are a silver medalist in the 2023 Kombucha Cup." Okay,
Wow.
So which is an international competition. Over like 500 different companies and kombucha flavors, okay, that goes to the U.S. to compete. Okay, we didn't go because I was like, okay, flight's so expensive. Okay, what if we don't win? Then it's going to be embarrassing. All right, how am I going to put that on my Facebook? What are my IG followers going to say? Right? So I was like, what? Could it be? Is this true? Did we really win? Right? A silver? Right? I mean, it's not gold, okay, but at least it's a silver. I was like, okay, that's awesome, okay, and then it was for our original flavor.
Which was?
Original flavor for any kombucha is the hardest to make because there's no way to mask the defects in the kombucha because there's no juice, there's no herbs, there's no other things you could mask the fermentation. To me, it was a confirmation that, okay, brewmaster, the godfather of fermentation of modern Taiwan.
You were listening to Gene Chung, founder of All Good Genes. And that does it for this week's edition of Taiwan Talk. I'm Hope Go. Do join us again next time. Thank you for tuning in.